Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Can you just give us a brief overview of who you are, what you do for a living, and just kind of your story with breast cancer?
Yeah, I am 36, so being diagnosed with breast cancer was not even on my radar. I have two young boys at home, they're 8 and 10, and I teach middle school science and social studies. So honestly, I was just getting ready one day and felt something that felt like odd, and so I called my doctor right away, and that turned into like, okay, you should probably get a mammogram, which led to a biopsy. And then 2 weeks later, 2 days later, they had me come back in and they were like, yeah, this is breast cancer. And so 2 weeks later, I ended up having a bilateral mastectomy, which I was hoping would turn out that I wouldn't need chemo and radiation, but unfortunately it spread to my lymph nodes, so I did need to go through chemo, which I did from April to June of this year, and then July and August I had radiation, and then started hormone suppressants because the hormone, or the estrogen, feeds my cancer, so they want to suppress my hormones. So now I'm in early menopause, which is real fun. Hot flashes on full blast.
Wow.
But yes, then I had reconstruction about 2 weeks ago, and so now I'm just healing from that and hoping to get back to regular life sometime before the new year.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy to actually have the surgery only 2 weeks later after being diagnosed.
It was a whirlwind.
Yeah, what was it like to just find that news out then?
There's a lot of tears, a lot of anger, a lot of scared, nervous, more so like I didn't know what it meant. Like I want to be there to raise my kids, and like I'm like, what does this mean? Does this mean like I'm not gonna be around long term? And cancer, especially breast cancer, it's come such a long way. And so when I met with my oncologist, she was like, you know, the kind of cancer you have, it's very treatable. Well, you know, you'll be on this medicine for 10 years and it'll starve off any remaining cells, and hopefully like you'll live a long life. And so she kind of gave me the optimism I needed to push through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else has been just encouraging you during this time?
I have an amazing support system. Like I can't even tell you, from like my mom she spent the night while I was recovering from surgery to help out with the kids, and my husband's there. I mean, everybody in my family, two of my friends started like a meal train to recover, and they brought over like little pick-me-ups. One of my friends comes and dances in my front window every day.
Just like, so sweet.
Just different things to like really, I didn't realize how many friends and family I had that really cared, and I think that's really what pushed me through.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I know it's so important to have that support system with you.
Yes, so. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. How are you feeling today emotionally and physically? I know you mentioned that you just had the reconstruction surgery, so how has it been just recovering from that?
It's been rough. It's a rough recovery. I haven't really been able to sleep in bed yet. I'm sleeping in a recliner right now. Can't lay flat, so just trying to like adjust, but honestly, I'm just ready to move on and get back to normal life. So this was kind of the last big hurdle that I had to get over to hopefully get back to teaching, which I love, and just being able to run around with my kids and do all the other things that I love. So I'm optimistic about what is to come and get back to that normal life.
Yeah. And are you considered cancer-free right now then?
Yes, so I often ask my oncologist about that because I'm like, when really are you? Is it like, which date? Is it the mastectomy date, the chemo date, the radiation date? Like, are you never really? And she said that as far as like we know, all the cancer is gone. So they don't like to say cancer-free, they like to say no evidence of disease. But yeah, so technically like as of my mastectomy date is when she said like, as far as we know, there's no remaining cells, and so hopefully that stays that way. And
well, congrats.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you would want to tell other people just about breast cancer that you want people to be aware of, you know, that haven't experienced it themselves?
I would say me being young, and because of this I've joined a lot of like groups of other women who have breast cancer. I didn't realize how many people are like in their 20s, in their 30s, and it just wasn't even on my radar. So like self-breast exams and just, you know, noticing any changes. I wasn't even paying attention to that because I was like, oh, I have time. Like once I start getting mammograms, then I'll make sure. I went to the gynecologist every year. They did their like exams, but I wasn't like checking as regularly as I probably should have. So I would just say like, make sure you check because it's a lot more common than I thought it was in young women today.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah, no, that's helpful to know, and I think that'll, your story will just encourage others to take that step of doing that. So, yeah, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
We love just being able to be a part of this and hearing your story, and just appreciate your vulnerability with this.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much.